There's a moment when you realize the meetings still happen, the pay still arrives, but something inside you has gone missing. You laugh at the same jokes, but they don't land anymore. You care, but not in the same way. This isn't burnout. It's called outgrowing your job. And it's one of the quietest, loneliest unravelings you'll ever experience. There is a quiet moment that many of us know. The office clock ticks its familiar rhythm. The hum of the computer is a sound you could identify in your sleep. A meeting carries on, and you are there, nodding along to the points being made. You even manage a small, genuine smile when a colleague makes a joke. But somewhere deep inside, in a place you can't quite name, something has shifted. The work still pays the bills, which is a blessing you don't take for granted. The job is still safe, a harbor in a world that often feels stormy. Yet your heart is simply not in it anymore, not in the way it once was. It's a quiet, slow-motion departure. This feeling can be so small at first, almost imperceptible. It's the meeting you decide to skip, not out of defiance, but because the thought of it feels utterly flat and draining. It's the project you keep pushing to the bottom of your to-do list, not because it's difficult, but because it no longer sparks even a flicker of excitement. You start to notice that your best, most creative ideas surface on your walk home from the office or while you're cooking dinner anywhere but at your desk. You don't hate your job. There is no big drama, no villain, no single event to point to. You just don't fit it the way you used to. Like a favorite sweater that has shrunk in the wash. Let's give this feeling a name. Let's call it outgrowing your job. This is fundamentally different from burnout. Burnout is a firestorm of exhaustion, cynicism, overwhelming stress that leaves you feeling scorched and empty. Outgrowing a job is a much softer, more subtle experience. This slow, creeping shift often brings with it a heavy heart. A profound sense of guilt can settle in, making you question your own character. You might find yourself thinking, I should be grateful for this job. You might find yourself thinking, I'm letting my team down by feeling this way. We are so often trained to see loyalty to an organization as a primary virtue, an unwavering commitment that should be maintained at all costs. We are not, however, trained to recognize our own growth as a valid, even necessary reason to move on. This internal conflict between perceived duty and the quiet truth of our own evolution can be incredibly taxing, creating an emotional weight that we carry into every meeting and every project. Staying in a role you have outgrown costs you more than you might realize. It costs you precious energy, the kind of vibrant creative energy that fuels innovation and joy. It costs you your best ideas, which begin to wither on the vine because there's no fertile ground for them to grow. Most importantly, it costs you parts of your identity. When you consistently show up in a space that no longer aligns with who you are becoming, you start to perform a version of yourself. You compartmentalize the parts of you that are curious, passionate, and yearning for a new challenge. This performance is exhausting, and it slowly erodes your sense of self. Think of a thriving, healthy plant in a small pot. When you first bring it home, the pot is perfect. It provides structure, soil, and just the right amount of space. The plant grows strong, its leaves a vibrant green, reaching toward the sunlight. But after a while, its roots expand, pressing against the hard ceramic walls. The plant has filled every available inch of space. It keeps on living, yes, but it can no longer grow. Its leaves lose their shine. It may not produce new flowers. It isn't dying, but it isn't thriving either. It is root-bound, stuck in a container that once nurtured it, but now constrains it. People are not so different. You can survive a long time in a role that has become too small for you. You can meet expectations and still lose your vitality. You stop volunteering ideas because it feels pointless. You tuck away the eager parts for safekeeping. That quiet sadness is not weakness. It's a courageous signal that you need more room to grow. You don't hate it, but it no longer feels like home. Outgrowing is a developmental milestone, not failure. When you evolve, your environment must evolve with you. This journey unfolds in 3 stages: recognition, resistance, recalibration. Which stage are you in right now? Recognition. The moment you see the mismatch between who you are and what your job asks of you, you notice the signs: lack of curiosity, muted enthusiasm, a quiet longing for something different. Resistance. You argue with yourself, building a fortress of reason to stay. Mortgage, market uncertainty, your boss and team counting on you. These fears are valid. Resistance is normal and protective. Acknowledge it, but don't let it have the final say. Many of us get stuck between discontent and the fear of the unknown, working harder or numbing with distractions. True movement comes from sitting with resistance, understanding it, then choosing recalibration. The 3rd stage, recalibration, is where the real work of change begins. This isn't a rash decision or a blaze of glory. Recalibration is quieter, deliberate exploration. You test small ideas, gather information, and make tiny incremental plans. Anxiety subsides, cautious optimism appears. You don't need all the answers, just the courage to ask better questions. Take the first small steps toward a future that fits who you are today. You don't need to leap into a void. You can build a bridge. Explore interests on the side. Take an online course. Have coffee with someone whose path you admire. Create options so the next move is a logical step, not a blind leap. Shift from feeling trapped to actively creating. Each small action, updating your resume, attending a webinar, reading a new subject, is a brick in your next chapter. Alone, they seem small. Together, they build momentum and quiet confidence. You begin to see possibilities where you once saw dead ends. From gentle recalibration come 3 steps: reflect, redefine, rebuild. These aren't an escape hatch. They're a humane framework for navigating outgrowing. They help you build clarity, define your terms, and plan within your reality. The power isn't speed, it's the choice to begin. Start small and be gentle with yourself. The first step on this path is to reflect. Not a massive pro and con list that paralyzes you. A softer, intuitive process. Get clear on what matters now. Not what mattered when you took this job. Ask, what gives me energy? What drains it? Look beyond your job description and into your days. Note what makes you feel alive and what leaves you hollow. Distill a short list of core work values, no more than 5. These are your non-negotiables. Maybe continuous learning, autonomy, collaboration, clear impact, healthy work-life balance. This becomes your personal compass. Perhaps title mattered. Now creative freedom or purpose matters more. It's okay to change. Give yourself permission to want what you want now. Define meaningful and name deal breakers. Endless meetings, lack of recognition, micromanagement. Clarity helps you spot red flags and avoid poor fits. The second step is to redefine what success means to you. Many of us inherited a ladder, title, salary, prestige, but it can feel hollow now. Write your definition, authentic to your current values. Maybe leadership politics no longer thrill you. Maybe deep creative or technical work does. Perhaps flexibility and the quality of your days matter more than the size of your paycheck. It could be balance, impact, learning, or joy. Write it down, make it tangible. For example, do challenging creative work with a collaborative team, learn daily, and have energy for family evenings. This is your North Star. hold new opportunities against it and ask, does this move me closer to my success? It frees you from comparison. You're running your own race. Sideways or down on paper can be forward by your metrics. The third and final step is to rebuild. Translate reflection into action. Start small. Avoid analysis paralysis. Focus on small, consistent steps. Rebuild skills, network, confidence. Make a simple plan. One skill, a free course or workshop, a few key books, monthly conversations.